Hi, we're just gonna start the milking. There's the lambs. So, see you guys out there.
Come on, chuk chuks! Chuk 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 chuks! Chuk 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 chuks! They love the green. And we leave this gate open and they forage through the cow poo and get all the grains that didn't get digested. And eat all the grass shoots, and yeah, it's pretty cool. She thinks you're her baby too. Good morning, welcome back to Honeybee Farmstead. I'm Mel, and today we thought we would do a full milking video. We get asked this a little bit. I don't normally show you what I feed them and all that sort of stuff, so I've been asked to show you the full thing. And yeah, so this is what I do. Everyone does it a little bit differently, so you change it up to your circumstances. But first we'll start with making their food. Alright. So for me, and this varies because I have all my cows that I'm milking at the moment have different eating habits. So I bulk out their grain with fresh, beautiful, sweet smelling chaff. I usually give them about 5 scoops of that. Smells amazing, this stuff. And then I've got a full scoop of cattle pellets and a full scoop of T&R horse muesli. And this one here has got sunflowers, crushed lupins, crushed oats and barley, and it's got pellets and different things like that. It's got added vitamins and minerals as well. Horses, obviously, it's big business for feed companies, so horses have got the best blend, and I find that it's good for the cows. A whole scoop of crushed lupin and a whole scoop of crushed barley. Now, when there's no green, I do like to add loosened chaff or something green into their mix to try and help keep their feed a bit green as well. But yeah, and then I pour it in here and mix it through. Some of my cows eat very quickly, others eat really slow, so Clementine's the slowest. So generally what we try and do is make sure that we get the right cows in the right order, because if we're left with Clementine at the end, she eats super slow. So mix it up. I've got a tray down here because some of them eat with their faces in here, but others lift their face out and spill crap all over the ground. So we like try and catch it on the tray, and then we can pour it back in there. And then we have a line of ladies waiting. Let's get cracking, eh? All right, now we're hoping to get Mia in, because Mia's the quickest and easiest. Get my chair. I've got my milking machine all clean and ready to go. I've got the cleaning bucket here. All right, ladies, who's first? Come on, Mia. Breakfast. Not you, Peyton. Come, Mia. her head in. She's still new and learning. Now, I forgot to grab you guys. We do something new when it comes to training new milk cows, and that is the belly rope. Previously it was tying a leg. I don't like it as much as I do just the belly rope. The belly rope puts pressure on the spine. It doesn't have to be tight, and generally, unless they muck around, it's not tight. It just is loose on there, and if they start mucking around, I tighten it. It tightens over the spine. It means they can't lift their leg to kick you, but they're not in any discomfort if they stand still. So I'll put that on now. Show you guys. Over we go. Alright. And then step out, please. No, step out, please. Step out, please. Alright. Good girl. Righto. There we go. Now we make her step out. Step out. That's a girl. Good girl. Well done. Good girl. Well done, Mia. Nice warm soapy water. I use a product called On Guard by doTERRA. It's fully natural, and I started using that when my kids were really little for cleaning and cleaning dummies and bottles and whatnot. And so I know it's very natural and very safe, so that if there happens to be any slight amounts of residue at all, it's safe for her baby, but it's also safe for us if it happens to get a little bit in the milk. Now I have it milked for a few days because we do a thing called calf sharing, where if we've got plenty of milk in the fridge, we can just put the calves on and let them go, and then they empty out the mamas, and it means no pressure on us. Now we put the udder balm on. That just helps keep the teats nice and soft and in good condition. And I feel like 50%, it's okay, good girl. 50% of this action is the rubbing near the teats and encourages the milk letdown. Good girl, you're okay. See there? We've got milk flowing already. But it is very moisturising and keeps the teats nice and soft. Hey, you're a good girl. And then I always let them know there's going to be a bit of noise. I communicate with them. Cows are really smart. Then they get used to it. And now, because Mia's just sort of new to this, I like to let her know what's going on. Bit of noise, Mia. Oh, no noise, because someone's unplugged it. What a surprise. Good girl.
I'll come in it now. Well, nice.
Thank you. Hey, no. Now see, when she tried to kick me, she could only really just lift her leg. She couldn't even kick.
Like a rat?
Yeah, I will. I'll just wait till this is fully sucked on. There we go. No, don't bring that to her. Just leave it there. She'll come and eat it. So we've got milk flowing. She's standing happily eating. When her udder is very full, I have to hold one of the teats on a bit till it's fully sucked on, like that. And then we just make sure it's in a comfortable position. While these ladies wait. Good girl, Mia. Now usually, once once I'm comfortable and confident that they're not going to kick and carry on and do anything, I will leave this sitting like this and I'll go and make my next feed for my next cow. Bonnie's not in milk at the moment. We're still waiting on her to have a baby. Mia's doing really, really well. She produces tons of beautiful, thick, creamy milk for us. So yeah, once the milk's finished, I'll show you how to detach the cups, and then we just reverse everything. Take off the belly strap, make sure that nothing attached to her. If she was flicking her tail, I tie the tail in this, just so she doesn't get me with her dirty tail and get poop all over me. Or all my milking stuff. We like to keep all this nice and clean. And then you can see that this was clean until she walked in here. We use the udder cleaning bucket and all the other stuff we use to clean out the milking stuff to clean out the stall every single day and have this reset beautiful and fresh every day. I'll show you that part when we get to it. She's happily eating, and if you have a look, that's exactly what I was talking about. We try and keep as much of it from going to waste as possible, because food's expensive these days. But she's doing a good job. She's nice and relaxed, and she's feeling good. Once the milking's done and the machine's off and I've got everything off her that I had on her, like the belly strap, I like to open the head bail nice and gently and quietly, and then allow them to finish their breakfast so that this process never feels forced and they never feel like they're trapped. They can come and go as they please at this point, and generally they come back in and they eat their food and they're not bothered. So eventually, once I know she's not going to back out when she hears the machine or with the belly strap on, actually generally when I stop using the belly strap because they're not behaving like a bit flighty anymore, I stop using the head bail, and they usually just stand here and eat while I milk. You'll see that with Clementine, and you'll see that with Deirdre, but Mia's just not there yet. So that's why we like Mia to go first. She's the hardest one at the minute and just still learning. She's also the most dominant one, so if we put one of the other two in, she starts trying to headbutt them and carry on behind the others, which is why we have this gate. I'll show you that gate there. If there is calves in the yard that feed off them or any of those sorts of things that go on, then we like to shut that gate so that the cow in the milking stall doesn't get annoyed or disturbed, because yeah, some cows are more dominant than others, just like humans. So yeah, we'll wait for her to finish her breakfast and then we'll show you who's next. Probably Clementine. She'll be the most pushy. Deirdre looks like she's just chilling out, and she'll just come in when she's ready. So.
And Clem will have a splendid she goes on.
Yeah, but Clem's the slowest eater.
Yeah.
So I like her to go last. Deirdre smashes her food, makes a huge mess. So Deirdre's the reason we have a tray under. She is such a messy cow. For a real foodie, like, she absolutely loves her food and just eats so quick. I'm surprised that she wastes as much as she does, but she does. You're not doing too bad today, Miss Mia. That yummy. Is that yummy? Now, I picked this food mix sort of on advice I got from our cow experts when I first got cows, but then also reading about different amounts of protein and things like that. We also want it to be yummy so that they want to come in here. It's the only grains that these cows get fed is during milking time. But otherwise they eat hay and pasture.
And sometimes mash.
Every now and again they get a bit of mash, yeah. They might get some tomorrow.
Okay.
Is that yum?
That yum.
You're scaring Mia, Grace, so please be quiet. Sorry, Mimi. While I make this video for you, I realise that from this angle, they look extremely skinny and not very good at all. And in fact, I really don't like the look of them. However, I do want to assure all of you out there that these girls have got constant access to fresh green hay, as hard as it has been to find, and are being fed both morning and night on the feeds that I am making up for feed production. But also, we are making sure that we give all of the calves an extra feed of calf pellets and grower pellets at the same time so that they have less of a demand on their mothers, as well as ensuring that they have access to all the vitamins, minerals and trace elements that they need. And we're not milking them every day. We only milk them when we need the milk. Otherwise, they're getting nice breaks out in the pasture. We have also made sure that they're wormed and there's nothing actually wrong with them. But unfortunately, due to the ongoing dry that we had and the break of the season being so late, they have not got as good a condition on as we generally see and we like to see on them. So we decided to not speed the video up and do it in real time so you can see how long exactly it takes us to milk one cow. And we've put some lovely music over it, so enjoy. No, she doesn't need a belly strap anymore. She's pretty well behaved. If I give her a smack for being naughty, she doesn't carry on anymore. I've had to do that a couple of times. She lifts her leg, but she doesn't try and kick. Dairy maid that I'm using, but to be able to put it onto all 4 teats is a bit of a technique I was shown by a young person that watches our show and also has cows, is to keep them kinked like that, and then as you put them on, you kink it like that, attach it to the teat, and as it straightens out, the suction happens. But it's quite a technique that you've got to like sort of practice, but once you've got it, it's pretty easy. Pressure on the milking head and push down a bit, just to sort of get the rest of the cream out of the top of the udder. And I also give it a jiggle just to sort of simulate a baby like bashing on it. That's what makes the milk let down. Spot here stays rock hard until I jiggle it, and that's where the cream comes from. Girl.
She's a very, very cold leader.
I know. Alright, I think we're good. The cups come off the teeth. We turn it back on to suck the milk out of the line. There you go, she's finished being milked. But she does stay in the stall until she completely finishes her breakfast, so this part's the bit that takes a long time. We have since fine-tuned this by taking her feed out and putting it in a feeder in her own pen so she can complete her breakfast without being harassed by the other cows, and we can get on with milking, and it doesn't take us too long. So I did this one in real time so you can see exactly how long it took for her to empty her udder with the Dairy Maid. I was hand milking her. If you go back a few videos, you'll see that I was hand milking her when it was just her in milk, because I just didn't feel like it was worth dirtying the Dairy Maid and having to do all the cleaning, because there's quite a lot of cleaning that goes along with cleaning the Dairy Maid. Just for one cow, and like say between 6 and 8 years. Are ya? You could do it quieter. Yeah, so we were hand milking her, and so now she's trained at both, and I don't know which she prefers. I'd have to say she's pretty well behaved with both. She was really well behaved being hand milked. She never ever got this dirty, although it was drought and everything was dry, so there was no green grass. That's the one thing you'll find when there's lots of green pasture. Their poos are real sloppy and they get it all over them. Deirdre used to be such a dirty cow. Her first lactation, and probably her second, but she seems to be keeping her udder cleaner now. They do learn, like none of the cows will pee in here unless they're a newbie. That shows nerves if they pee and poo in the milking stand. But I tend to, if they start doing that, lift their tail or squat like they're gonna wee, I'll shove them out really quickly. They'll have a wee or a poo out there and then they're allowed to come back in. I like to teach them not to poo or wee in the stand, and they're doing pretty good. Like Clementine and Deirdre do not do that in the stand. Mia's done it a couple of times just while she's learning, but generally she doesn't do it either. They're all doing really well. What's some other things that people wanted to know?
Lambs are weaned.
I don't know if people asked about that, but yeah, Grace's lambs are weaned, just in case you wanted to know. There's been lots of questions on lots of my videos about different things, or sometimes I get messages. Do you want to get some of the treats for Dee? Just grab me the open bag. You're waiting so patient, my girl. Yeah, if you have more than one cow, you'll quickly learn that they all have like a place that they like to go in milking. So when we first had Deirdre, you wouldn't get, like, you couldn't let anyone else in the stand. Here, give me the bag. No, she's got food there. So this is what we use for treats. It's got apples, cinnamon, chia seeds, molasses and oats, so very natural. It's made for horses. But she loves them, don't you, Dean? Because she's so patient and so well mannered. Look, smell that. Ooh, gosh, that's yum, huh? Ew. Don't rush it. Let her chew them. Let her chew and finish it, Grace. So yeah, we get some of these to help with training, except Mia doesn't like them. Mia won't. She sniffs it and then she's like, nah, not interested. Clementine loves them. Don't you, Clem? You're in the zone right now. Oh, yummo. You're a good girl, Deirdre. All of these things are really good for cows anyway. Huh? She's still eating. Wait for her to finish.
When did he finish? Stop, why did he finish?
Eat what's in your mouth. There you go. What's that?
He's still eating it.
You're regurgitating. So, a few things that I didn't mention that I was thinking about when Deirdre was being milked was, what do you do in the instance that your cow doesn't let down? That is very common, and the reason I thought of it when Deirdre was being milked is because that was an issue I used to have with her. She's a really good mama, and she used to save all her milk for the babies and not let me have it. So in that instance, a few different techniques that I used to get her to let down. One was, if you go way back in the early days, you'll see that I used to keep her calf on a tether nearby, and when she just would not let down, I would leave the two front cups on the teats, I should say, and I would put the baby on the back too. Get away, that's all clean. Thank you, thank you. All right. Well, you're all done now. Say thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. She's really well behaved now, but actually she was one of my worst to train. It was probably because it was my first and I was terrible at it as well. Don't feel too bad. We're all learning if that happens to you. We've been through some things together, haven't we, Deirdre, hey? Yeah, so she's a beautiful, sweet, calm cow now. But yeah, she had her first calf and then I purchased her and I trained her. So, and I was still learning as well. So yeah, she used to not let down because she likes to hold it back for the baby, and she still does that quite a lot now. We have been keeping the babies off them at night time and then letting the babies go with them all day. Today I'm not going to do that. I've noticed there's a little bit of scarring on the teats starting to happen, so I'm going to let the mums have a break for today, which means that I have to milk tonight as well. yeah, there's a whole heap of different ways to do it. We like to calf share, but quite often, and I think it's because you've taken the milk. So if you milk them, don't let the calves out immediately. Actually, I better tell Grace, because I bet you she goes to, we're not letting the calves out today. Okay. She heard me. So if we're calf sharing, we do have to keep an eye on their udder and their teats. If you let them out directly after the cow has been milked, there's nothing left, or very little left. So what will happen is the calf will just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying because they want to feed, and they generally strip the teat, like they pull their head down in frustration looking for the milk. So if you are calf sharing and doing it that way, once you've milked, let the cow go for a couple of hours before you let the calves go. Now, I know that sounds cruel on behalf of the calves. However, they have got, you're going to come back and see what's left in here, eh, Mia? They have got calf pellets, and they've got lamb grower pellets, because they've both got different things in them. And they get access to fresh hay and fresh water. So they're not struggling in any way, and all of the calves are already eating pellets. But yeah, it's to give the cows a bit of a break. So in a couple of hours, we'll let the calves out on their mums, and by then they would have made a heap of milk, and the calf will feed and then go off on its way eating grasses, and the teats won't get so badly stripped. That's one of the issues. The other thing, and I'll go back to it because I didn't really go into it enough, was if the cow doesn't let down, or the heifer doesn't let down. You will probably find it is a heifer that will do that more often than not. A second timer and third timer generally don't. If they're making plenty of milk, they don't need to worry. Hello, Mia. Coming back, eh? She's not going to find anything in there. Deirdre licks it clean. Yeah, so you can either keep a calf on the side, and then what you do is you let that calf feed off the mum, and then when you see it stop nudging and it start to really take some long breaths, long sucks, I should say, you'll know that the cow has let down again. You take the calf off, wash the udder again, reapply the cream. Like, you've got to make sure it's very hygienic, and then milk again. And you can, I struggled the hard way. I used to do that, and 3 or 4 times just to get a bit of milk. Now, I decided that it was better if I just did the milking scenario, and if they weren't going to let down, I take the feed off them. So Deirdre's learnt that if she doesn't let down, I take the food away, and she lets down now. And she knows that after, I'm going to let her calf out for her to feed it anyway. So it's a process. It's about learning your cow. So people quite often ask me for advice, and I love it, and I'm happy to give it. But sometimes you've just kind of got to get to know your cow, and you take the advice and try it, but you might find that it's, you're maneuvering around something else that I haven't yet dealt with. They're like humans. They've all got different personalities, and, Bonnie is still very flighty and very sort of freaked out all the time about pretty much everything, and doesn't really let you get near her to hug her or anything or give her treats.
I can touch her.
But she's not super friendly like Deirdre and Clem. And neither's Mia yet. She may get there, but she may not either. So they all have very different personalities. And, I consider that when I'm doing breeding or when I'm selling a cow to a new homestead. Oh, did you see that? Woolly wagtail swooped me. Oh, it's a girl. It's a little female. So I consider that when I'm selling a cow to another homestead, I'll consider the personality of the person purchasing the cow, and then the cow as well, and the condition the cow's going into. So whether that cow will fit into a herd happily or not, or whether she'd be better off just being a second cow and just having one friend, or, whatever the situation may be, whether that cow might like being around sheep or goats or whatever. They're all so different. So when you're milking, if you are struggling, please ask questions below. I'm quite happy to answer anything with the experience I have. And, I haven't been doing this that long, nearly 3 years. Actually, it'll be over 3 years because we've been here at 2.5 years. So it'll be over 3 years that I've been doing it, but that's not very long. There is a really awesome page called House Cows of Australia in Australia, and they have some really good expertise there and a wealth of knowledge. So I even still tap into that sometimes when I'll read comments and I'll get advice from there. Never ever be ashamed of asking for advice. We all did it. We all still do it. I still do it now. So do reach out if you do have any questions. Maybe I'll just show you guys what I do with the milk after. How's that? Should we do that? Yeah? Alright, let's do that. Alright, so we've got all our milk in here, and like I said before, after I've taken it off the teats, I clear the lines by turning it on again, so we don't leave anything behind. Then, normally this is full to the brim, it's got 20 litres in it, but today, because we had the calves on them, we've got this special cloth filter, and even though it's a closed system and all that, I still put it through a filter. As careful as you can possibly be with the milk is best. We pour this off. And then, yeah, see? Our filter has still got a little hair in it. So we still like to filter. And then that goes inside and gets disinfected. Lid goes on straight away so nothing can go in it. And then this goes straight into the fridge. Now, if I'm giving it to friends and things like that, I will pour it off without putting it in the fridge and then put them in the fridge so that they get their cream. But if it's for my use in the house, I leave it in the bottom of the fridge. It goes in there immediately, gets down to temperature, and then when I'm ready to pour off milk, I'll pour the milk off with the bottom tap here. It needs to be tightened. So we pour the milk out of here. After it's been sitting in the fridge for a couple of days, the cream separates at the top and the milk's at the bottom. So we pour all the milk off, and then we've got our nice thick layer of cream, and we do whipped cream with scones, or we do butter, we can make ice cream, we can make sour cream, we can do all the things. And that's the easiest way we have found to do cream separating. I actually sold my cream separator purely because it was so much easier to do it this way, and I'm only washing the tub and that's it. Whereas with the cream separator you've got 17 or something filters, it's crazy. So I'd never bothered with it. I actually never even used it because I found this way before that. So I hope that was helpful. These are, you can get from pretty much all camping stores. I get mine from Bunnings, and yeah, so I've got 2 or 3 of these in the fridge that I rotate. I make sure I write the date on, or stick a sticker on with the date, or mark it in my phone where I sat them in the fridge, to make sure that I use the oldest one first and vice versa. And yeah, I hope that was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I've noticed that only 50% of the people watching are subscribed, so if you haven't yet, please sign into your account and hit the subscribe button. It'll help us out greatly. Please keep leaving comments, we love them. I hope this was helpful to you, and until the next video, take care of each other, and bye for now. And I forgot to say, the most important part is cleanliness. So we keep everything clean. I use this hard bristled broom here, and the cleaning stuff that I use to clean out the milking machine, which is a food grade stuff called Dish Whiz. They use it in commercial kitchens. That's the first lot in super hot water, and then the next thing we put in is some alkaline. It's purple anyway, it comes from the same place. It's a cleaning solution. It helps remove any of the film that the Dish Whiz leaves, like, you know, how dishwashing liquid leaves a sort of residue. The purple thing cleans all that off, and then we do a super hot bucket of just super hot water, and that goes through there. Then we have a special cover that goes over the top of the cups to keep them from being touched by anything. And we open all the drains out so that it can dry. But yeah, so we scrub all our floors with all the stuff that we use to clean the dishwashing machine. I forgot about that. I thought I'd add that bit on the end just so you can see the entire process. Thanks guys. Bye.